What up? What's good? Big Mike, what's popping, brother? Yes. Make sure I'm good on the other feeds here. Pinging my people. Chauncey, what's good? What's happening? Yes. No, I heard back. I heard back from Sharon, and yeah, she wants me to participate. So I'll be happy. I'll be more than happy to participate in Black Cannabis Week again this year. Had such a great time last year. Had a lot of great contacts. And so I'm looking forward to support the Black community, giving people opportunities, getting them connected, especially on the East Coast. Sad I can't be out there in Philly for it, but definitely anything that I could do to help out, I'm always down. So yeah, it'll be good to see you guys too. All right, so what's happening, everybody? Rico Lamite here, CEO, founder of Cannabis Global, One Network, Many Voices. Got correspondence all over the cannabis industry, and got some good news today, man. Black Cannabis Week is back. Story out of High Times. We'll be covering that. So for those of you who have not been on yet, make sure you guys check us out every single weekday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. noon on the East Coast. For State of Cannabis News Hour, you can get your daily dose. Me and 11 other talented individuals in the cannabis industry get together and we talk about the biggest news stories in the industry. We get into debates. We invite the audience up to talk with us. Each story is 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Very rapid fire. We get to the next one. We get it popping. I always cover these stories in the afternoon to do a little bit of a deeper dive with my people. And also to just field questions, see what y'all guys, see if we can spark some debates, spark some conversation, because there's always three sides of every story. I like to stay on the edge. So let's hop on to it. So today's story, this one's out of High Times. Big shout out to High Times team over there. Black Cannabis Week. So Black Cannabis Week supports and elevates Black entrepreneurs. So next week for the second annual, Black Cannabis Week is returning next week for the second year in a row, between September 19th and the 26th. So I guess it's 2 weeks from now. Sorry about that. With the goal to educate, celebrate, and elevate Blacks in cannabis and ultimately advance the efforts of social justice. Black Cannabis Week 21 is a collective web of educational, informational experience to empower. To empower Black communities to move forward with social and political change. This year, BCW has teamed up with Diasporic Alliance for Cannabis Opportunities, DACO, Minorities for Medical Marijuana, and Philadelphia Cannabis Business Association in their efforts. 30 speakers are expected to cover educational topics, and interactive sessions will include hempcrete workshop, free cannabis certifications, expungement services, and networking opportunities. Co-founder Sharon Perry Thomas says Black Cannabis Week is dedicated to helping Black cannabis entrepreneurs stake their claim in the industry. Black and brown communities have been an afterthought in the evolving global cannabis industry. She said in a press release, if we fail to prepare and learn how and learn now, we will be too far behind to enter this emerging field. It's imperative that we learn the facts about cannabis, the unjust laws that have created the stigma, explore opportunities for empowerment, and reduce the barriers to help more Black and brown communities switch from consumers to decision makers, which is our mission with Black Cannabis Week. So big ups to Sharon and the team over there. elevating the Black community, always looking out for new opportunities within the space as well. It's all about networking and making sure that you are connected with the right people. Most of the event's going to be online, but those able to get out to Philly can hit Temple University and attend the Communities of Color Career Event and Expungement Fair in person. Organizations like the California Cannabis Equity Alliance are demanding that social equity remain a focus as the industry continues to ramp up. These are just a few of many of examples of how advocates are fighting for social equity, but there's still plenty of progress to be made. I was able to participate in BCW 20 last year, where I'd revealed data generated from a survey that I conducted on Black cannabis users, the most powerful, misunderstood, and often overlooked group of consumers, period, but even more so in the cannabis space. A project that actually got me highlighted in my first Forbes article. Is before everybody was getting on this Forbes article. Shout out to Warren Bobrow, my man. And they were impressed with the people. I was impressed with the people behind the event. And made some excellent connections that became business partners along the way too. So I'm unsure if I'll have a super bandwidth to be as in-depth as I was last year with the whole Black Cannabis Week, but I will be speaking with whatever they need me, man. Just keep it 100 over there. I'm always down to help my people, especially in emerging markets, to build whatever they need to build so we can continue to grow as a community, period. It's definitely going to be, I'll definitely be looking forward to see who the other speakers are, who the presenters are, and then also on the ground, who's working with them on the expungement clinics, who's working with them at Temple University, because I think it's a great experience. It's a great opportunity for Pennsylvania to start moving their industry aspirations forward. I highly recommend anybody from the East Coast of color or not of color, looking to expand the networks, educate yourselves, see some incredibly awesome speakers. Just check them out, man. Check them out, show love, show support. And we have to show support to these the Black and Brown led initiatives in the space because if we don't do it, who the fuck is going to do it, right? We're always complaining about we don't have the right representation at conferences. We don't have the right representation at small events. So this is an opportunity to actually build with something that Sharon Perry Thomas on the East Coast has been building since last year, her and her team, and hopefully get the snowball rolling to something big for them. And maybe we can go international pretty soon. So that was my story from this morning. Very, very happy to support the Black Cannabis Week initiative and efforts. Very happy to see more programming like that as we go on, as the industry continues to grow. Let's dive into these questions now here. So, will having dedicated conferences for marginalized communities help pressure mainstream events into increased BIPOC representation? I hope so. I really hope so. I did not mean that in any negative ways or anything like that, but it is what it is, right? Black people are at 4%, less than 4% representation for ownership in this industry. We have a lot less percentage when it comes to the operators here, even if you're a non-owner, and we need to change that number. Too many of my people back home in Virginia are still locked up because of this plant. Too many people across the nation are still getting locked up for operating with this plant. If anybody is free, that you are a free person and you're making money off of this, you're making money off of this cannabis plant, man, then I truly think that you should be looking to help out other people get in this shit too, period. So I really hope that it does pressure like the MJ BizCons of the world, the cannabis business conferences of the world, to make sure that you have proper representation of who really is in this industry, so we don't have to be making up our own shit, right? I know I better get the laundry, but I'm not in the studio. Appreciate it. Body PHS got jokes. All right, so but I'm not in the studio. In my actual office is adjacent to our laundry room. I got my whole little apartment space down here, and my mom is here, and she actually does the laundry for us. So big ups to my mom being in my mom being out here from Virginia and getting some of my laundry done. But she needs to know when it's 4 o'clock, I got to do these lives, and I can't have that background bullshit. But yes. Body PHX, jokes and jokes and jokes. So most of the if you had the option to go virtual or in person at this point in America. Which one are you picking? So at this point, I mean, you just personally, I'll be going to some conferences. I'll be going to some events live and in person. I'm not afraid to say it. Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. I am. I'm fully vaccinated. How I feel about those vaccines, man, is they're shitty, but we are where we are in the country right now. But I do pick my battles, right? I think I said that last week when we were on here talking about MJ BizCon a little bit. There's certain things that you, if you want to expand your network, if you want to really take your career to the next level, that's just the nature of this industry. It's a face-to-face industry. However, a lot of stuff in the emerging markets that you don't have to see people at, you can tune in virtually, and I think that's an advantage. I was able to expand my network and trim the fat, and just fire a lot of clients that, quite frankly, they just weren't moving the needle forward, and some of them it just wasn't a good fit. And when you're in the virtual space, you get to pick who you're working with. So use the pandemic to your advantage. A lot of these opportunities or these conferences and everything like that, when the pandemic is over someday, you just won't have the same opportunities to do things virtually. You won't have the same opportunities to network as much on a virtual side. And just remember, you cannot sneak into a virtual event. So there's a lot of data to be collected if you're doing webinars, if you're doing anything online too. So make sure you negotiate your what you're doing online, get that data from whoever you're working with, and use that to your advantage. Follow up. And finally, what are the conferences this fall are you guys excited about? Body PA check says she likes to, or he. Are you a he or a she? I have no idea. Body PA checks could be in between. No judgment. Says I like to volunteer for conferences with Normal and NCIA. Cannabis and OKC was fun too. I got it, man. All right, so I'm ashamed of this. I've still not been out to Oklahoma since. Are you a lady? So what up, Body PHX? So she says that she enjoys going out to. She volunteers for conferences with Normal, NCIA. Cannabis and OKC was fun as well. I've still not been to Oklahoma City since the whole cannabis, the whole green rush popped off over there. So, man, so if you guys got some recommendations, I got to make a trip out there to Oklahoma and see what's going on down there, man. I got some people that I've connected with over the phone, some people I've connected with over the internet, but I just haven't been out there. So you guys got notes, you guys got smoke, you guys got recommendations for Oklahoma, please let me know. I'd love to take a trip down there and see what's popping, see what's going on underground, above ground, and in between, and just connect with some people. I know it is crazy out there with the amount of licenses that they put out. Connect the dots on the back end of that, and you'll see there was a $20 million pet project that somebody had going on behind the scenes. And that's why all the licenses were as cheap as they were, but it's ended up being a big opportunity for people of color down there. From what I've heard, I keep that at that. And I'll be interested to see things out there in Oklahoma. Stuff that you're gonna hear this laundry one more time. I heard it just pop on the dryer, so I apologize ahead of time. But before that even happens, I'm gonna be going to MJ Biz. There it goes. I'll be going to probably going to All the Flowers. I'm not sure about all of the other ones. We got to get a lot of stuff done behind the scenes here at Cannavision and Cannapreneur. I want to make sure that we end the year on a huge positive note. And on top of that, I want to make sure that at the start of 2022, we've got so much. Y'all are talking shit about my laundry. I'm gonna put y'all on mute. I want to make sure that I'm popping things off in 2022. You guys get to see exactly all of the stuff that we did this past year. We have over 3,000 hours of content that still hasn't been released yet. We have so many interviews from the team across the country, out of the country, a lot of stuff me and my partner Fred have been doing at conferences, in between interviews, exclusive interviews with celebrities, big names in the industry, all of that. And we want to make sure that's all wrapped up tight. We're going to be redoing our whole YouTube channel, get a lot more content out on there, and just keep it rolling, man. I'm not going anywhere. My whole goal is to make sure that my team has enough to eat off of, and everybody's having a good time, man. We have enough green to pass around. If that's weed, if that's money, all of that, just make sure the team eats and everybody's happy. So what's happening? Love my girls for life. What's up, V? What's popping? My body PHX. Much so what she say. I think that viewing cannabis as a crop and not taxation gold for a state is big. I agree with that. Man, I'd love to hear from more people from Oklahoma, man. I've been hearing like nothing but good things. I know for a fact that there was a huge rush because they were not screening people from out of state. They were allowing out of state people to have licenses and everything out there. That was a great opportunity in the beginning. But when I saw all of the retail, I had to pause, man. Really hope that everything works out for everybody out there. But you have so much retail. I can only imagine how much back and forth goes on out there between the shops fighting over the real estate. So I'd be very, very interested to hear from people out in that market, see how things are going now, see how they went compared to when Oklahoma got started. And then also what you guys see going forward out there. It is the Wild West. Everybody talks about California. It's the Wild West out here. I heard it's even crazier out in Oklahoma. So I'd love to hear directly from some sources out there because I can't talk about it from my place over here in LA. So underscore extra, what's popping? Loud America in the place to be. What's good? AR Massage Services, my man, Big Aaron. Shiloh Taylor in the place. How you doing, Shiloh? Hope you got to connect with Fred. You got to reconnect as well. Man underscore about underscore biz in the place to be. Millennial consumer. What's happening? JJ Standring, my man. That's my college kicker. All these guys, oh, Rico talking about weed again. Rico talking about weed. Been talking about weed for 20 years now. Yep, motherfuckers still talking about weed. And I'll be talking about weed when you guys are dead, and I'm still living my family going on to the next generation talking about weed too. All right. All right. There's a good question. All right, so we got a good question here. How would you guys feel if there was a white cannabis week? You mean every week? Y'all mean every week? Every week is White Cannabis Week. We got John Boehner running shit at one of the largest corporations in the industry. This is white cannabis. It has been white cannabis. Shout out to Henry Alsinger. It's been white cannabis since the war on drugs started. So that's how I feel about White Cannabis Week. Every week is White Cannabis Week. Why can't we celebrate something and do something to celebrate us? Don't control me on my fucking shit. I'm the troll king of this bitch. All right, so I wasn't going to talk about that. So I just got a question off of YouTube about Jackie Mcgowan. All right, yes. So Jackie Mcgowan, she had her debate last night, and people who have seen the debate spoke for itself. I was trying to be polite about everything. I was trying not to say certain things in the public space because I think that representation for our industry, period, to run for a state office, especially the governor out here in California, is huge. It's a huge positive for everybody involved. For those of you who've been following the Jackie Mcgowan, campaign here out in California, man. Like I said, best of luck to her. I know she didn't have the best night last night. She said a couple of things. You guys go to the tape. I'm not gonna repeat. I'm not gonna talk shit. I'm not gonna talk too much shit until after the election. I'll talk shit. Still an outside chance that she can make it, but if you guys, she did enough to herself last night. I'm not going to pile on that. I'm not going to wish any bad luck or any bad energy on anybody, anything. But I never try to put anybody in a bad light. Once the race is over, we can talk about how we want to talk. But I'll be speaking with my man, Nicholas Wildstar, again. If you guys don't know who Nicholas Wildstar is, he actually is one of the candidates also running for governor out here in California. He pretty much is the reason why there is a recall effort at all. He's a brother, and he actually is a libertarian candidate running as a Republican. And I interviewed him late January. This is before anybody was talking about the recall stuff at all. He had already collected himself in Fresno in the Central Valley here. He collected over 200,000 signatures to recall Gavin Newsom. So all the stuff that we're seeing right now, Caitlyn Jenner came on the scene and kind of took the wind out of his sails. But he's a brother. He's a former rapper. He's a libertarian. He is running as a Republican, and he's from Milwaukee originally. And we had a great conversation, and keeping it 1 million. I was literally, because he was a former rapper, his last name is Wildstar, and I was like, yo, it's like Worldstar. And then also the fact that he was a Republican, I was like, yo, this is gonna be a crazy ass interview. But he, very educated brother, very, very down to earth, pragmatic, and I loved a lot of the stuff that he had to say. Unfortunately, he's been drowned out of the conversation by 40 other candidates, and not too many of them are Black. Some crazy stuff happened to Larry Elder yesterday, if you guys saw that, man. And I don't want to press too much on the Larry Elder situation either. For those of you guys who did not see or did not hear, Larry Elder actually went out to, I think he was out here in Venice, to visit one of the homeless camps, and he was approached by some people. One was a white woman in a gorilla mask, in a pink gorilla mask, and they were heckling him, and then she ended up punching one of his associates. That shit was funny, but the gorilla mask was not funny. You gotta call out racism as we see it. Racism on the right, on the left, it does not matter. Racism is racism. Having a gorilla mask and calling Larry Elder a boy is racist. I don't care if you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, or whatever, man. You guys doing shit like that. This is fucking 2021. And you got to call out racism as you see it, period. The good thing that came out of the Trump administration is the fact that a lot of these people have fleshed themselves out. But if you're cheering, if you're applauding somebody for attacking Larry Elder and his team for going out to talk to the homeless, that's one thing. But woman had a gorilla mask on, and the other homeless dude, or I don't know if he was homeless, so I'm not going to generalize, but the other person that was with her was calling him a boy. That's racist shit. Period. You guys see that shit, man. Call that shit out. And all that's going to do, if you guys are against Larry Elder running or against him winning, all that's going to do is give him a bump in the polls, because people are going to be talking about the racist side of it. They're not going to be talking about the fact that he doesn't care about homeless people. They're not going to be talking about the fact that he is against women having the right to control their own body. They're not going to be talking about anything else except for him being attacked by a couple of racist ass liberals. That's going to be the headline. That's going to be what people are talking about. They're not going to be talking about anything else. So pick your battles, people. And just remember, man, racism comes in all forms and colors. And make sure you guys are taking care of your people. I never thought I'd ever be in a position where I'm defending Larry Elder, but I had to do it twice in 1 week. One time because what's her name? Jackie Mcgowan tried to come at me saying that Jackie Mcgowan tried to come at me, said that, oh, he was not in a Black church. I said, you still verbally attacked a Black man who is invited to speak on the Lord's day. You got to know your fucking audience if you are a politician, period. So Black feminist was good. Pooh Bush in the place to be. What's poppin'? It's been a while. The highest runner in the building again, man. I want to hear your story and how you smoke to get ready for runs and everything. Everybody here's my that buzzer in the back is my laundry. My mom actually put some clothes in the dryer, and the dryer wants me to come get them out of there. So any shout outs, any questions, any comments, any of that stuff. I was hoping that the Hydro shop, Hydro Inc. was going to be joining me yesterday. They came in, they were in the whole time for that conversation. I know Big Kush J from Rock Jam Live up in New York, he came on the show yesterday. I love to see both sides of that story come together. So Hydro Inc., hit me up, man. I love to talk with you guys. I love to hear your side of the story too. If we can have that connection going with Rock Jam Live out in Rochester, as well as the Rochester Cannabis Carnival. Y'all can come together and do something. That'd be huge, man. It's huge for the culture, huge for the people, huge for the community. We got to come together, period. All right. Hey, curious about what you're talking about tonight. Oh, Black feminists. Hey, what's probably you just came in. Black Cannabis Week was the topic of today. Talking about Black Cannabis Week is coming back September 19th. And soon as I said this morning when we were on a Clubhouse this morning, we were talking about Black Cannabis Week, and I said I don't know if I have the bandwidth this year. They haven't asked me to speak yet. Sure enough, Veronica is my witness. Sharon and her team actually did reach out, and they said that they'd love for me to speak again this year. So got to always down to support my people. Doesn't matter if it's a small level, on a large level. If I can help out in any way, Black, brown, indigenous peoples, I'm always down to help our people, man. Why? Because we need help, man. I'm not ever afraid to say that. I've always been in places where I need help. I need help right now, motherfuckers. Buy some shit. Buy a t-shirt. Buy one of these hemp t-shirts, man. I help out some Black business, Black and brown owned businesses. So we have Untitled, our partner. Make sure you guys hit them up. MAISON TIET. If you can help us out with that, Veronica, please. My spelling is not so great. I'm better at math, motherfuckers. So Maison Tight here on Instagram. Hit them up on Instagram, on Facebook. Take It Easy Thursdays. And then always remember, man, help out your people. We've got some great people on the East Coast, so hope everybody's recovering well from Hurricane Ida over there. Make sure you guys are checking in on your loved ones, hugging your mamas, kissing on your babies, and check us out every single morning. State of Cannabis NewsHour. You can get your daily dose every single morning. Myself and 11 other great people in the industry. We just go over the biggest news stories. We want your participation, so come on out. Does not cost y'all anything, and tell us what you think about these stories. We need people, more people. Representative of the cannabis community, Black, white, brown, Asian, indigenous, people from out of this country too. We got to get everybody in on these conversations so we can move forward before federal legalization pops, because at that point, everything is set in stone. We haven't heard from everybody how this cannabis plant has affected every single one, but your voice matters and your point of view matters. So you're never going to get from me stories on the East Coast without me getting some kind of representation over there. You're not going to get the final word from it at the very least. I'm going to bring up stories that I believe need to be connected upon in our community. They need to be acted upon. I'm going to call out injustice. I'm going to call out bullshit. And you guys can always call me out on my bullshit too. I always invite that. So iron sharpens iron. And you know, I'm always about pointing thumbs before I'm pointing fingers too. So much love, everybody. And no, I am not a Jackie Mcgowan. See, you guys, man. I'm not a Jackie Mcgowan hater either. Yes, you get your smell-proof, your odor-proof pouch. See if I got one over here. You guys see one of my other t-shirts over here. The courtesy pouch. So we actually have patented. These are actually white label. We actually white label these. You can put your logo on here. You can have these in any color. And it's magnetic enclosure there. You can put as much weed. I put in, I've actually put in over an ounce in here, and it closed fine, and it fit perfectly in my hoodie. And they are built into our hoodies. You can go on our website, www.canavision.com, CANIVISION, canivision.com. Get your own. We have some new materials coming out, some new hotness coming out. We got some hats. We got some women's gear. We got actually zipper hoodies coming out. We have some women's yoga pants coming. Like all of this is hemp clothing as we move deeper into the supply chain, and we're gonna be raising next year for that as well. So more on that as more shit unfolds. But we got some really exciting things going into the fourth quarter at the end of this month. So big ups to everybody. Love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys can always catch me in the afternoon doing these recaps. And if you guys hear something, say something. Make sure you guys hit us up. DM Canavision.global. With any questions, any concerns, you guys want to sponsor anything that we're doing. At the end of this month, we have the CBD Showdown popping off on September 26th, where we're going to have dueling chefs. You heard that, Pooh Bush? You heard that, Pooh Bush? We're going to have dueling chefs in the CBD space. We might be doing some after hours shit. on the THC side, but we got to keep it family friendly in the beginning so we don't get shut down. But it's actually going to be a CBD showdown. Hit us up if you guys are interested. You guys know some chefs out here on the West Coast that want to get down with us. It's going to be a 6-part series ending off the year and starting the new year on that. All in the CBD realm for now. But all it's just cooking with cannabis. Chefs are going to be going head to head. And we're going to have a who's who from the cannabis industry checking in to do some taste testing on that end. We're inviting all culinary, tied figures, sponsors, all of that in the industry, outside of the industry. We want to get you guys out, give you guys some shine. We already have distribution for that. We're working with CKTV, Club Kindness, Miss Kindness over there as well. I'm looking forward to doing some great programming with them. Got built up some really, really strong partnerships, and it strengthened some as well. And CKTV, Club Kindness, Miss Kindness, and Aaron Ramirez, my man, AR Massage Services. They're my people, man. We were able to solidify our bond and just move forward and grow beyond that. And we're going to be doing some great programming out there out of Chino Hills. So at the Kind Casa. So hit us up. Pooh Bush, I heard you can cook, man. I heard you can cook. So if you guys think you can cook, if you guys know about cooking with cannabis, we'd love to hear from you. Make sure you guys hit us up, Cannavision.global or CBD Sundays, at CBD Sundays on Instagram as well. And remember, Cannavision, one network, many voices. We want to hear from you guys. Decentralized media broadcast organization where your voice is always the loudest. All right, so I love y'all. Got to check out right now. And just remember, man, life gives you no place else to turn. You got to turn the fuck up. I'll see y'all guys tomorrow. Peace.